Good morning, everybody. Good morning from another day here in the Philippines. It's a Saturday, last day of a work week. It's been a pretty productive work week as well. It's been a really great past week. We've had great guests here that stayed and just laughing and fun and visiting, and it's just been a good week. It's a good one for the books, and it's left us in a very happy mood around here. The guys are outside right now getting their day started. It's 8 o'clock right now, just a few minutes after. So I'm about to go over and buy primer and paint if this new paint company has it down here. So let's get out here and get started. Oh, Miss Mel's out here busy. There's a what? Oh, yuck.
I step it.
Yuck. That's why it smashed, huh? Yuck. So let's see what's happening over here. So what they're doing here is Mock is knocking down those Mock's knocking off those little bumps. All it does is just real lightly, don't gallop it, just lightly runs that along there, and those just fall right off. Those little bumps like that. Do that. Can you reach that spot right there? Yeah, see, lightly runs it across there, and it knocks them right off. And that's all it takes. So he's going to continue doing that underneath here. And meanwhile, they're mixing up skim coat. Now hold on, there's something you're supposed to be doing. I think you forgot. You're supposed to mix cement, and you need to show him up there to fill that gap over the top of those walls. Yeah, you need to be mixing cement, not skim coat. Just add it with theirs or whatever, because we need to get that done up there. Yeah, we want to pack it in all those gaps, show them, get it pushed up and in there. But don't get it all over the fresh skim coat though. On that back wall, I need to do it from outside and inside. Oh, right here also. Right here. Hey, Miller, you need to fill that gaps right there. All down through there, we need to fill that gap. If you get on that texture there, you just spray. Hold on a second. If you get on that texture right there, you just spray. Don't worry about it, because we're going to texture this wall too, and we can retouch it. Yeah. So fill those gaps down through there on that. We can't leave no gap in there. No, we need to get that top done so we can get it skim coated, because I want to get that one. Start with that end room down there that Marvin's at. It's the number one to begin with. All right, let's go over here and see if there's any luck of them having the paint that I'm looking for. So they're building a new Imperial appliance right here. See that big old building? And that's the company that I like to buy stuff from. Yeah, big new Imperial appliance, big building, man. I'm very impressed. And Nolada's I went to forever, they built this new place here too, big new place. The town here's really changing, and we're a 7-Eleven town now. They've also don't think they've opened the doors yet. Yeah, they got the sign up, look right there. Brand new 7-Eleven up right there, look at that. Right there. They still don't have it open yet though. And we have one just right up here ahead too, so, and we are a 7-Eleven town. Unless, I don't know it, and they're gonna close that other one, but I seriously doubt it, because it is really busy up there. So I'm looking for where I saw this paint place. I may have passed it. Wow, I really passed it up. It's super close to our house. This is it right here, and we're just right down there where that white building is. That is a whole lot more near than I thought. So I do see some gloss mega krill, so there's some success. Maybe they got semi-gloss, we'll see. So this is the place right here, Happy Colors Paint Center, T&T building, Nomacontic Bauer, Happy Colors. And they got the mega krill gloss right here. Well, I went to that paint store and they did have the mega krill for the paint that I was looking for, but not the concrete primer and sealer. So I said, well, I'll run to Nolada's right there, the big building I showed you right by it, and I've been buying from them for years. I went there and asked them for concrete primer and sealer, and my with the employees worked there for a while, and the answer back was, is that a paint? Is that a paint? What is that? And I'm like, if you don't know, you can't sell it to me. Now, I don't think they had it because I scanned with my eyes around and I didn't see any of it. But if they don't even know what it is, they just kept trying to sell me plain white flat paint. And I said, no, I want the concrete primer and sealer, the Davies Mega Krill brand. So I will continue on my search. I don't know where I'm gonna look next unless I drive all the way up in the city, which might be what I have to do, and then that is not gonna have my project happening today. Time I go do all that and come back, it might, but it ain't gonna get me to the point that I wanted to be. I wanted them doing that this morning, but I have been on a search for this for days, and what's shocking is just, it used to be an item here for years that I just walk in and buy. You know, it was on the shelf. You just walk in and buy however many you want. How many big bales do you want? But it's not like they don't make it anymore. It's just these little small mom and pop places, they're just going to cover the most basic product, flat paint, gloss paint, the end, you know. And they got a lot of these odd names I've never heard of too. So that paint store had some brand, but I didn't know the brand. It's not a name I've ever seen, and I just have no trust with it. So I don't know. I'll just continue on my search, but right now I'm heading out the other end of town back down to the sawmill. There's one piece of lumber that I bought a while back for a project, but more that I looked at it, Cap and I was there discussing the other day, it's just not that clean of a piece of wood. I'll save it for some other project, but it's not good for the one I need it for right now. So I need to go buy one piece of wood, so I'll go do that. So you see, I'm out a lot these days, out, and it feels so good. I just buried myself in there with everything going on, and I was sending the guys to doing all these errands and running and everything, and I shouldn't have been doing that. I should have been out here doing this myself. Now here's the lumber place I said I'm going to, but I'm gonna pass it on up and catch it on my return. I'm almost to the neighboring town of Guimbal, and I want to check out and see if I see like a store there that might sell paints or anything like that, hardware place, and just try my luck. It's not that much further to drive, and just try my luck. looking here. So this town's pretty much run by the Garin family, which is a political family here in the Philippines, even up in national politics, and they really dress this town up. I mean, they do. They really dress it up. This is the town of Guimbal, and they have that big archway like you're coming into a kingdom, like a castle, that says welcome to Guimbal, or whatever, you know, hometown of the rising sun and sons. This some deal here they call the vanishing mansion here. Sometimes you see a tree, sometimes you see a mansion. All I ever see is a tree. I still only just see a tree. I haven't seen a mansion yet. Maybe a mansion for a termite. And a great big tree, I guess, would be a mansion for a termite. But anyway, it's a pretty cool town. It definitely gets a lot of attention. Massive plaza. It's kind of unique how the plaza's made too. But till yet have I seen on the main street anyway, and I don't know where all the stuff is on the side streets, but I have not yet seen a hardware place. I don't think this town would allow one to be right along by the main street though, because they try to keep this place like highly organized, and they wouldn't want that congestion right on the road like that. Really cool little town. I'm just kind of out driving around anyway, just enjoying myself. Watch out here at this crossing. Got a big Sirius Liner bus right on my tail end, want me to drive faster. So I sped up, and then he's really on me pushing, and then he pulls over to pick somebody up. Isn't that about the way it goes? So we're coming up right here. This is this old iron bridge, and they saved it like a park down the middle. And look at this, and they built these roads and like esplanades down the side of the river, and there's this cool hanging bridge right down there and all. I think they're building some new municipal buildings over there. Look at that view across there. Isn't that just beautiful? And got this Riverside Park right here, Guimbal Riverside Park. I like going down through there and all. It's pretty nice. So around the corner here, there's a hardware place that Cap and I stopped at it one day, and our friend Jerry seen me there and stopped and visited too. So it's right around this bend. I'm gonna go over here in this right lane, because I'm gonna drive slow, and I'm gonna watch out for it. Try my luck. Don't remember exactly where it was at. It might have been around the next bend. Boy, look at the pattern on that house. Wow, that would drive me insane to have my walls checkered like that. Well, here's this place right here. Let me pull up here and see if I have any luck with them. And if not, I'm gonna circle back and go to the lumberyard, and I'll just face getting that materials elsewhere. But there is another place right there too. Island brand. How are you? Good morning. Do you have any well, no luck there. They had signs like they sell a lot of paint like sponsored up on the front of the place, but you go inside, they hardly have anything at all. They had a little bit of poison in small containers, very limited what they have for a choice, but they were very shy to be on camera. So when they even seen that camera in my hand, it looked like they're having a panic. So I just kept it off. I respect people like that, you know. I understand if that's not what they want. I get it, and I'm gonna respect it. We're gonna creep right around the corner here where this car is pulling out. I think they want out and I want in. And I want to check this place. It's right here on this corner. It says Qingpin Hardware and Construction Supply. Just trying my luck, but so far from here, all I see is a poison can. Well, I didn't have any luck there. I kind of peeked with my own eyes down their shelves, but to be honest, I didn't even bring a camera in with me. I kept it in the truck, so it wasn't no camera shy. They looked terrified to help the white man. They looked terrified to help the canoe. Everybody was dodging and avoiding. They don't even know me. I've never even bought from this place, but they were dodging like no one wants to help. And here's the thing, I understand a lot of Ilongo, and I know what they're saying, and they probably don't know that I know what they were saying. And they were arguing over who was gonna step up and help me, and nobody want. Shy. And so I left. And you'll deal with that more out in these little province places sometimes. It's just that way. Every once in a while you'll deal with it like that. It doesn't happen real often, but sometimes it does. So if they're uncomfortable to help me, well then I'll just go somewhere else, right? But that's what they were arguing over, was who was gonna step up and help me. They're all worried about their nosebleed, as they call it, nosebleed, having to speak the English. They know the English, they read the English, but they don't speak it daily in their life. And they're so, what they say, I'm shy. They're so shy. Yeah, so that's the way the ball bounces. Some are super accommodating, so excited to help you, like I mean, they'll treat you like a rock star. And then there's others, they're just absolutely terrified. So I'm just driving a little on past them here to see if I see another place, and then I'm gonna find a safe place to make a U-turn and head back the other way. Seeing those girls walking down the street there just then, it reminded me of a story about right down through here. So years ago, long before the vlog, before any of you probably knew us or anything, Mel and I, this is several years before the vlog, Mel and I, we were a newer couple, married, and we had this ragged little 95 model Mitsubishi pickup here in the Philippines, rust bucket. Man, it had so much body filler, it had to, that thing probably weighed 300, 400 extra pounds with body filler all over it. And I am not joking, that is not an exaggeration. So anyway, Mel and I, you know, younger couple, you're finding your boundaries with each other. We got into, let me adjust this camera a little bit. We got into a little bit of a tiff with each other. And we got into a little tiff, and I said, you know what, I'll just leave. And I got in the truck and I drove down here. It was at nighttime, kind of late at night, and it started raining. That truck had the most horrible windshield that was scratched up by the sand, and the wipers were horrible too. It didn't matter how new you put on it because of that really rough, scratched up windshield. I mean, mega scratched up by the sand. You just couldn't see nothing. Water get on there, and headlights, man, it would just get this big star effect, you know, blur. I couldn't see the drive, and I pulled over on the side of the road, and just parked right back there on that shoulder. And these girls come, it was in the darkness, and these girls come walking up, knocking on the truck door and the window there. Sir, are you okay, sir? I had just kind of rocked the seat back. That was one of those 4-door pickups, and I could rock the front seat, you know, way back. Sir, you okay, sir? You okay? And I said, yeah, I just can't see to drive in this rain, and maybe I'm just gonna rest right here. I'm really tired. And they said, maybe you're not safe right here, sir. You're not safe right here. And they lowered down the tailgate on my truck, and they just sat there on the back of my truck. And I raised up and I said, what are you doing? And they said, we're gonna guard you, sir, and make sure you're safe. This is not a good spot right here. And they did. They sat there. Well, then it got me kind of woke back up, and my adrenaline pumping, shy. Well, what, use that word like they do in the Philippines, shy. Shy at what they're doing, a little embarrassed at what they're doing. And I told them, thank you so much, and I'm gonna go home. And I started up the truck and headed home, and never ever did I forget the kindness that those young girls showed, that they were just gonna sit and guard me and protect me. Not like back in the States, I'm gonna call the cops, let's report him, this is absurd. Nope. And so I might speak about how they were shy at that store there just then, but there's a balance to it all, because there's the flip side of the coin, that some will go out of their way to help you. And I love the kindness in this culture. I really do. And I told Melinda about that, what happened and all. Mel and I, when you're young in a new relationship, you kind of test boundaries, and Mel and I, we tested our boundaries with each other all the time. Not in like no really bad drastic way or anything, you just have your moments. It's just real world. And that was one of those moments, and there was 3 angels came out and watched after me that night, and I learned a big lesson, and life goes on. This is here in Guimbal also, and they're do some refueling and all here with ships too. You see these fuel tanks over here? See these fuel tanks over here? And they got pipes, and they're buried out to right down there, and they got that reel, and ships will come dock in. Some of them can't get that close. They'll have to dock out further if they got a deeper draft, and they fuel those ships up. And sometimes they might be offloading fuel. I don't know. That one there looks like a tanker itself, so that one may be actually offloading fuel. Yeah, I see it's got the sun, it's got the logo that I think I've seen over here on this property here on it. So they might be actually pumping fuel. Yeah, it's got the same logo on that ship that's right over here. So that one is most likely pumping fuel out. It's the maintenance on this that gets me. They spend all that money and put this up, and the lights are already starting to disappear off the poles. Look, there's 2 right there. The covers for the electrical are already disappearing. It's rusting, of course, right here by the salt. And that's just part of it when you build here by the salt, but there's more of these lights coming up missing. Probably just rusted off of it. There's one gone, there's one gone, there's another one gone. Now, I would bet that the Garens will probably replace that here. Oh, there's an old Spanish, I think, where they put those cannons at years ago. There's another one over here too. But a lot lot of maintenance by the ocean, lots of maintenance. Y'all are enjoying getting out and seeing all this with me, getting out right from your luxury of your chair or couch or wherever you're resting, sitting and watching YouTube at. What has been going on is Cap and I, he came over and I rolled up to the city, and I went to City Hardware in Iloilo City on Diversion Road, the main one there in Mandorrio, and they had 2 cans of that concrete primer and sealer of that Mega Krill. I'll show it to you in just a second. But even when I found it and I was asking if they would get it off from down there where it's if they would get off from there where it's at and put it in my cart, they were trying to push the other brand on me. What about this other brand here instead, sir? I drove all the way here just for this brand. So let me show it to you here. This is what I've been after. Actually, he's got some going right there, right here on the side of that can. That's that Mega Krill primer and sealer right there. And I know without a doubt this is pretty good stuff. There's the price on it, 2,476 pesos. And I know without a doubt that it's good product. So I want to stick with what I know, not mess around and waste my time on what I don't know. Some of those other products could possibly be good. That island could be wonderful. It could be just as good. But the fact is, I never saw an island concrete primer and sealer in those stores either. So anyway, right now Mock is going through here and he's taking and getting this primed up. So over that texture we sprayed, he's rolling out this primer, and then we're going to come back over it. Francis is over here working on it too. Then we're going to come back over it with the Mega Krill paint. And you know, I've been buying that primer for a long while. Look, here's one of our old cans from before. It's got some stuff sitting there in it. And as you see right there, well, I wish that stone hadn't have got that stuff all over it though. But as you see right there, there's one of our old cans from in the past. But I like the Davies. I'm not saying that other brands aren't good, but I like the Davies. And I like the Davies Mega Krill. So this is over this pool area here is going to get a gloss paint. And here's an old can from a long time ago that's a semi-gloss. But we're gonna put a gloss up over this pool area. You're gonna have humidities and stuff coming up. It may be more apt to try to grow an algae or a fungus, you know, a mildew or anything like that up here, up above. So we want to try to curtail that as much as possible. So as little pores as you can give for it to soak in, grow in and all, the better. The better it's sealed, the better off you're going to be on that, against that happening. And with a gloss paint too, you can get up there and clean it. It can be like, we've got these little mop things that are not like a mop head, like a big old rag, but like a straight across little mop for like mopping off windows and walls with an extended handle on them. And you know, say if it got a little bit of mildew or something up there on it, you can easily take one of those handles from here at the water's edge and get up there and clean that up. So it will be sealed with a gloss Mega Krill paint. And then for up in the rooms today, I also bought the semi-gloss for up in the rooms. Oh, wow. Yeah, buddy. It's looking nice. He's got down underneath there at that pedestal and on the bottom of the bed. He's got that. You got that closed at the top of that wall. That's the wall they poured too tall before, and they had to chip it down because it was sticking above the purlin in the roof. So it was kind of rough up there. They probably should have retouched it before we put the metal on, but I had them to go up there and patch in concrete from both sides and to fill any gap up to that installation so we don't have like geckos and things coming through. For you that were confused, I'll extend the camera up there. The purlin, and then y'all saw that rough wall, and I think y'all just thought the metal sheeting just ended right on top of that wall. But the sheeting continues on underneath, and there's another purlin, another C purlin outside that extends out probably about 18 inches past that wall, and that space right outside right there. See, there's like a little catwalk area there. That space right outside is where I'm going to set my air conditioner units, my split airs, and that way they're protected from the salt spray a little bit, a whole lot actually, because the salt spray will be coming from that direction, which is coming this way, and now I'll put the camera the opposite, which will be coming like right across there. And so by having that split air, the condenser unit outside right there, it gives a little bit of a roof, and it gives the structure of blocking the direct salt spray off of it. It also gives it a shade on the unit in the heat of the day to make the unit not have to work so hard, but it still has enough room that it can breathe and not affect the operation of the unit. So that's what's happening here. We're continuing on. Maybe over this next week also, I'm gonna start pulling the electrical in the rooms and get all that in place. It's gonna be super easy to do. That's gonna go so quick because we already have everything laid out. So it's just a matter of pulling the wire through, short runs of conduit. The worst case scenario is that we take and use the vacuum cleaner. If you hadn't seen it on our old videos, I'll show it again. If we run into that case, just take a vacuum cleaner, take a piece of fishing line, nylon line, tie a little scrap piece of plastic bag on the end of it, suck it through the conduit with the vacuum cleaner, tie your wire to the end of the fishing line, and use fishing line to pull the wire through. That's really easy method if you got a little longer run that you can't just shove the wire through. So we'll be showing that. We'll show getting all this tied up, and step by step we'll make it happen.